Good morning and welcome back to CityLine. With me, I have Tacoma Art Museum. If you know anything about me, you know I live for art museums, and our art museum is second to none. It is quite fabulous, and it has made huge headlines recently because a rumor has it that Bart Simpson has moved into the Tacoma Art Museum, and I invite all of you to stop in and start looking for Bart. But in the meantime, please join me in welcoming, and this is going to be new to you as well, first time on CityLine, their Executive Director of Tacoma Art Museum, Mr. David Setford. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so pleased to be here.
It's great to have you here. I got to meet you at a luncheon that I emceed.
That's right.
And thought that
Thank
you were...
so much for doing that.
My pleasure. Thought that you were quite posh and quite fabulous. So thank you so much for being here.
That's a pleasure. We're really delighted.
Thank you. This beautiful woman next to you, who is no stranger to CityLine, Margaret Bullock. You are the interim chief curator and curator of collections at our beloved Tacoma Art Museum. Welcome back.
Thank you. Lovely to be here.
You've been busy.
Usually are down there, right?
Usually are, yes. And this wonderfully talented, brilliant woman next to you, who I have had the pleasure of getting to know this past 90 days, Najai Smith. You are events and sponsorship manager at Tacoma Art Museum. Welcome, my dear.
Thank you so much. Excited to be here today.
It's great to have you here, and I love working with you. You are amazing. Okay, put your foot up. Okay, let's see. How are we going to get this on the camera? A little higher up. Wait. Okay, right. Okay, look at the heels on these. You know what? Those shoes say, I work in an art museum. Well done. I expect it, when I come back, I want them underneath glass that says, these are Najai's heels. David, you've completed your first year and a half.
Yeah.
Whew! At Tacoma Art Museum. What are your thoughts now on the state of the arts in Tacoma?
I'm really impressed. We have so much going on. We'll have even more going on as Tacoma Creates gets going.
Yes.
But we've got, you know, Tacoma Arts Live, we've got the Grand Theatre, we've got the opera, we've got the symphony, and we've got the museums. And the thing that really impresses me most, and I think is one of the things that we have so much to work on in the future, is this nexus we have for Studio Glass with us at Tam, the Bridge of Glass.
Yes.
And of course our colleagues and friends at MOG, the Museum of Glass.
Yes.
And we have so much we can do together for the good of the museums and for Tacoma, so really exciting.
I love how you said that, because I think so many times in the arts, when people view all of this beautiful collective that we have in a very small space, I think sometimes the word competition comes to mind, and it's not competition, it's collaboration. And you have just said that so beautifully. I've always thought of Tacoma Art Museum as the crown jewel, and then, to use a Queen Mom term, and then all the other jewels come around it, but it has been a pace setter for a long time in Tacoma, and it continues to be. This fall, Tacoma Art Museum will be opening a new exhibit that you curated. Where do you find time to curate?
Well, that's a question I'm asking myself right now. Thankfully, Margaret's also helping.
Well, she is. So tell us about the show, and why, of all shows in your busy schedule, did you decide to create this one?
Well, really quickly, we were given in 1982, I believe, a collection of mainly European art, and with a lot of French Impressionism in it, by the Lindbergh family of Lakewood. And it's been a somewhat underutilized resource since we moved to our new building on Pacific Avenue in 2002. And I looked at the collections when I arrived, and I vowed that I'd do something from the collections to interpret the collections and create something that was noteworthy. And I looked at these Impressionist works, and I thought we really need to get those out. But not just them. We've made significant loans from other institutions in the Northwest and private collections. And what our show now does is it tells the story of French Impressionism with great works by Monet and Degas and Renoir and Pissarro, etc. but it also tells the story of how French Impressionism came to the Northwest and the influence it's had on artists in America and in the Northwest in particular.
Now that's something you definitely want to step in for, because I have some questions about that, and I live for French Impressionism. There are some other aspects of Tam's programs and exhibitions that you are interested in sharing with our viewers. What is it?
Well, we just do so much. I really want to let people know that we are first and foremost a community museum.
Yes.
We've always been a community museum. We're not a socialite museum. We're run by members of the community for the community. And one of the things we're really interested in is access. And I don't know that everybody knows this, but our neighborhood nights are now every Thursday night from 5 to 8, free for anybody who wants to come.
Nice.
And Saturdays, all day Saturdays, 10 to 5, we're free for all children 18 and under.
Oh, I love
So we're really, one of the big things that we're trying to do is to create more of those access opportunities, because we do want to remain Tacoma's art museum.
Absolutely, and with arts being slashed at every turn in any kind of institutional education, we rely upon the kind of gift of access that you have given us, because our children must grow up with art, because for me, art is the raison d'etre. You learn everything in art. And I would have never thought, Margaret, that I'd see Bart Simpson at the Tacoma Art Museum. So let's talk about America's, as they say, favorite family. Now, my generation would have said the Brady Bunch, but that's okay, or something like that. But Bart Simpson, what were your expectations when you put this show together?
Well, for me, I've been fascinated with animation all my life,
Okay.
and I'm really interested in the art form and what goes behind it. All the artists involved, all the work involved. And so my expectations were, I hope that we're getting across to people that it is an art form and that it's worthy of attention and that there's a lot going on behind the scenes.
Absolutely, and it helps that the creator, Matt Groening, of course, hails from Olympia. So kudos for picking up a local artist that we can attach to this. Because as far as we know, Monet never visited Tacoma.
No,
but
tried.
Dr. Tucker did. He was close.
He was close.
He was as close as we could get. So what has surprised you the most about the response of Bart?
I think it's the sort of universal interest. The mix of people we see in the galleries is really great. We see young children, we see families, we see older people, and fans come up to me that are just surprising me constantly. I met a couple at the opening that were probably both in their early 80s, and they were just super fans. And so you just never know who's watching and who's interested in the show.
I love that. So when you think about proper museum content, because Tacoma Art Museum continues to push the envelope when it comes to that paradigm, what do you see continuing down the road here so that I can get you back on the couch and talk about?
Yeah, well, thank you, first of all, for the compliment about pushing the envelope. That's something we really think about and want to be doing. And I think also your use of the word proper, what is proper
Yes.
museum content, and really shifting that definition. We have a lot of work to do in our collection and our exhibitions to make sure that all voices are there, all viewpoints are there, all histories are there. So we've got a lot to do there, and I hope lots of good work to do in the future. And then, we also have a sort of tradition at the museum of taking well-known topics or well-known artists and giving them a little different, looking at them from a different angle. So what David's doing with Impressionism, and then what Faith Brower, our curator of Western American art, is going to do in the summer with Andy Warhol in the West.
Nice.
And that's one of those combinations where there's a famous name,
Yep.
but who knew he did Western work?
I didn't.
Right, and what's that going to be about? And
Yeah.
so we get to look at the things that interest us with our Western American collection about, the symbols of the West, the myths of the West, who's represented, who's misrepresented.
So we want to make sure
all
that
those
our
things.
audience is listening carefully, so
Yeah.
we can go to that.
Absolutely.
Najai, after all of this goodness, now it falls upon your lap to produce a gala,
Yes.
which is just right around the corner. So give us a teaser, because tickets are going to be on sale if they're not on sale right now. What's it all about?
Yes, Tam Gala 2019. It is going to be a night to remember in Tacoma. It's really going to be something that is going to go to the next level from last year and before. That's October 12th, 5 p.m. cocktail hour. Tickets are available now. We'll be sending out invitations at the end of this month. We have a beautiful, bright color theme this year, and I'm really excited to do the decor.
I love that. So what's different from the previous year?
So this year, we're going to have a very lively cocktail hour with a spin the wheel and wine toss experience. There's going to be a whiskey tasting opportunity, great music. We'll also be working with Tawana Nobles, who's with the Tacoma Urban League. She's going to be part of our Raise the Paddle, and
She's amazing.
been awesome to work with.
Yes.
And she's just a great advocate in the Tacoma community. And last but not least, but we have an after party this year that we'll be hosting for the first time called the Millennial Mixer, a late night at the museum. We're calling in all of our young professionals of the South Sound community, and we'll be there from 9:45 p.m. to 12 a.m. with live music, a lot from a DJ, bar, food. We'll have a silent auction, raffle giveaways. It's going to be amazing, and Tam's really excited to cultivate those relationships with the next generation of the Tacoma Art Museum.
Okay, who do we need to thank in this last 30 seconds?
Absolutely. We like to thank our sponsors, Propel, JP Morgan Chase, and Titus Will. And we'd also like to thank Lexus of Tacoma, who is our new sponsor this year of our gala.
And I want to thank all three of you, because you walk into Tacoma Art Museum and it seems seamless and flawless. But we all know that the three of you and all those people we could not fit on this couch work 24/7. At least you think about art 24/7. And you're always there behind the scenes, just making it effortless. So a huge thank you to the three of you for taking time out of your busy schedule. I want you back on the couch soon. And also a big shout out to Hillary, who is here, your marketing director, because she's done a great job as well promoting Bart and everything Tacoma Art Museum. So thank you, all three of you, so much.
Thanks so
you.
much. It's been a
My
pleasure.
pleasure. All right, when we come back, Pierce Conservation District will be in the house. We're going to do some musical chairs. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.